What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of 3 coins that I think people are underestimating a little bit right now, and that may have some potential good runs in them when this next altcoin cycle really takes off here. And remember, guys, Ethereum is going to be the driver, and in my opinion, we really haven't seen anything yet from Ethereum of what it potentially could do this next full macro bull market. Last time we got up to roughly around $1,400, a little over $1,400, and right now we're sitting at about $445. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Ethereum, and I think people are underestimating it a little bit. Number one, it's the driver of the altcoins, and number two, it's the OG, and the fact that it may be coming with Ethereum 2.0 even more deflationary as well, because right now what do we have, about 100 million or so, a little over 100 million in terms of Ethereum total supply right now. So if there's more Ethereum that's continuously getting burned as well, and it's getting scarcer and scarcer and scarcer, that could potentially drive the price up. So when we're looking at Ethereum here roughly at about $445 right now, what I'm looking at is a major target. And this is not financial advice, but this is down the road here in the next weeks, months, maybe even longer to come. I can see us really coming back up to this $842 area. You can see this after we had our major dump. That was the reaction area that we got up to, and it was around $842. And what you're starting to see here is this nice uptrend that's forming, these higher lows that are coming in. So each time we're having these dips, the buyers are stepping in. Another nice thing for Ethereum, we're up above our 20, our 50, our 100, and our 200 moving averages. Now, when we're looking at this, could there be, in the next couple of days, a retracement for Ethereum? Absolutely. We're not just talking about the micro price structure that's going back and forth. What we're talking about is this longer term aspect of Ethereum and where we potentially could go here. You can see it's almost like we've had a massive rounded bottom in here, or at least a double bottom that's been separated by a long time, which would even be more of a bullish thing. So we ended up getting down to roughly about $79, $80 in December 2018. We hit $88 here back in March, and ever since then we've been moving. So this is like a double bottom that's spanning a huge amount of distance, which makes it even more bullish from everything that I read in terms of my encyclopedia of chart patterns and whatnot. When you have those double or triple bottoms and there's some space between that, that can even show that it's more powerful because the buyers are still stepping in at that area. So when I look at Ethereum here, I'm looking to see if we can continue these higher lows and start breaking up through, number one, $465, then it's going to be $489. Then there's some little areas here, but then I'd start looking up to around that $637. And this is a coin, guys, you can see here when it really blasts off and runs, it runs so hard. And what we have now over here is kind of similar to what we had over in this area. We started in this uptrend, and then we had a nice big sell-off. We tried to push up again. We sold off again. We moved sideways before we had that explosive move, and that's how this space likes to move, in these massive explosive moves. And it takes a big deep breath that scares everybody, and then it goes again. So you can see back in here, we ended up tapping our 200 moving average 3 times. And what's nice is we're up above that again right now, guys. So we do need to pay attention to this stuff in the longer term. Is this me telling you run out and go buy Ethereum? It's not. I'm never going to give you financial advice like that. But what I'm talking about in the longer term, what if this would have some type of potential, to be, it's hit 1400 before. If ETH 2.0 comes out and it becomes even more, they're burning Ethereum and it becomes more deflationary, you could see Ethereum at $3,000, $5,000 down the road. I absolutely could see that as being one of the main drivers in the cryptocurrency space. So it's just something in the longer term that you want to keep your eye on, okay, and start thinking about that. And remember, like I said, that is not financial advice. So that's coin number one that I think people are overlooking a little bit, is going to be Ethereum. Number two, I think people, in terms of the technical aspect of this, the trading aspect, they're underestimating XRP. So XRP, the high was around $3.30. We went from 25 cents to $3.30 in about a month. Excuse me. So in that month time frame, that's how fast and aggressive these moves can come in, guys. So we need to be prepared, because ever since 2018, look what's been happening. We've been having these lower highs coming in and lower lows. But what's interesting now is that we're starting to get some higher lows coming in here. So the main thing for XRP would be for us to get up above about 25 cents, 0.25798, and then that could open us up for a run up to about 30 cents, right in that range. If we get above 30, we'd look up to 32 and then up to around 34. But when you sit back and you really take a look at this chart and how depressed it's been, you can see that there's been some accumulation taking place for XRP. So this is one that I feel like, maybe if we do start getting over 25 cents or whatever, we could come back up and try to test, 35 cents. And then the main area I'd look up to is around 50 cents. So right in that range, if we're able to get that reversal and break through 25, and we do in the weeks and months to come end up hitting 50 cents, that would be a heck of a return on your money right there. And that's the type of stuff that we're looking for. But we're still patiently waiting. You can see how we had lower highs coming in here, and now we're getting that flip, higher low, higher low, higher low. So that's what we need to hold. We need to hold 0.23585 for support. That's going to be the area. But we're up above all of our moving average right now. They're moving sideways, but it's still interesting that we're finally starting to get back up above them a little bit. So I wouldn't sleep on XRP here. I would look at it and just realize, even if you're not the biggest fan of it fundamentally, there's going to be some hype around it, and it hasn't really pumped yet. And I still believe it has one more good pump in it, at least, to where it will really surprise some people down the road here. So that's going to be XRP. Like we talked about, not financial advice, just my opinion. And then the third one that I wanted to talk about today was Tezos. Now with Tezos, what I really like is the staking aspect. I like that people can do it on Coinbase as well. And you can get about 5% on your money. That may have, a big implication in terms of people putting their money into that Coinbase and just wanting to stake it and get a better return than they would from a bank. And what a lot of people would do is wait till we're in a big gnarly downtrend and then start accumulating these areas like we are here, stake it, and let this ride back up into a new trend. Most likely, because in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I feel like Tezos is going to have another huge pump down the road as well. This is one that's going to have a lot of money into it, and sometimes it can be a leader in the market as well. Tezos and Link's another one that can really lead the market when money starts getting into it, along with, Ethereum and that type of stuff. But what I'm looking at as well for Tezos here, you can see we have some divergence going on. We're having prices that were making lower lows, and we're actually having higher lows on the RSI. Right down in this area. So that's a good thing that you're seeing. We had a 10% long wick down in here off support at 185, and that was an area for me that was a spot I was looking at for quite a while there. So I'm happy to see that, but what we need to do is get that continued follow through, and we're up above our 20 EMA. We need to get up above the 50, and then that 100, and then that 200. Then we really could get moving. But those are going to be the areas at 222 and then $249. That we need to get up over top of overhead resistance. But this is a spot where this trend, after being exhausted and losing 60%, we may be at that bottom here where we're starting to reverse, because we're not having a lot of downward selling pressure anymore. Not those huge, massive sticks like we were having at the start of this. Selling pressure's starting to slow down. We're starting to get some divergence, longer wicks, doji down here with a little bit of follow through. Maybe this is an area we can start really hitting. And my main target would be see if we can get up about to that 335 again. And that would put us about at that 0.618, I do believe, of the Fibonacci. Let me check here. Because a lot of times after you have these big downtrends, you'll get a push back up to that 0.618, and that'd be our target up there around $3.35 is what we're looking at there. But these are just coins that I'm keeping on my radar, guys. I just want to put them out there for you, not financial advice. You get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day, my friends.